More hype ahead of Ireland against France. Can you tell I'm quite excited for this matchup? It's going to be an absolute epic. Bring it on. And I thought I would get excited for it with you by looking back 2 years to the last time these sides played each other in Dublin in what amounted to then, as it looks like it's going to be now, a title decider in the Six Nations. Back in 2023, Ireland won a Grand Slam. France came second, losing only one game, and it was this colossal matchup in Dublin, which was rugby from the gods. It was pure rugby nirvana. At the time, I described it as the best half of rugby I'd ever seen. That I'd only just started the channel at that point, and I couldn't quite believe what I was watching. And I think I must have used the word "wow" about 100 times in my post-match review. That first half was incredible. What we didn't realise at the time, of course, was both of these teams would end up playing in even better games. Unfortunately for them, both on the losing side of things in that World Cup quarter-final weekend. But this was amazing, it really was. And do you know what? There's actually some really interesting technical and tactical points which come up when watching this game again that will be important this weekend. So definitely we'll go through that. But let's get into it then, please. Give the video a thumbs up. It takes you no time, costs you no money, but it helps those algorithm gods help other people that don't know about this channel find me. I'm Tim and this is Egg Chasers, and it's just me. This whole thing is just me, so I need your help. And I would love it if I would earn your subscriptions. So, what a match. At the time, this was world rank number 1, Ireland against world rank number 2, France. That had never happened before in the Six Nations. And, I mean, generational guys leading their teams out. You had Johnny Sexton for Ireland, Antoine Dupont for France. And there's a lot of players that were on the field 2 years ago that will be there involved this weekend. Just like this weekend, Scotland versus Wales was the game that followed it. It came afterwards. So that game felt like a bit of an anticlimax after this incredible game. For what it's worth, some people have said, isn't it? It seems a bit silly having Ireland, France as the first game. I kind of like it. I'm hoping the conditions are good. The brutality of this match was shown in a couple of moments in that first half. Weenie Antonio with a carry into Tyburn and a shot, which actually an illegal shot as it turned out, to Rob Herring. Just highlighted the brutality. But what really gets you when watching this game is the crispness of Ireland's attack. And they use that to great effect, managing to get really good field position by getting to the edge. And we saw it there with the old classic Johnny Sexton wraparound, name a more iconic duo, Johnny Sexton and a runaround. And that got them into the French 22. And they bang at the door for phase after phase. And there was a line out right then, but that's another thing that really strikes you. There were very, very few line outs in this match. The ball was kept in field a lot. And the accuracy and the skill levels of these players meant that phases would go on for really, really long periods of time. You can see Ireland. Just the French defence is heroic on their own line. One thing I noticed, actually, I think Conor Murray might do it here. Ireland actually have gone back to this. They passed to maybe the 4th forward that's out, or maybe even a back, skip out 2 or 3 forwards to try and get outside the close French defences. But, you know, even Raman and Temak is there getting stuck in with a load of the shots. And France actually managed to keep Ireland out in this attack. There were moments where you thought in this first half, France are about to break. And Ireland did eventually break them. And, well, that came, as you'll see, from the amount of time they spent camped in France's 22. But you're about to witness, I mean, a lot is said of Antoine Dupont's attack, and he's amazing. His defence is extraordinary in this game. And you can see him there, just stood out opposite Andrew Porter. And Dupont manages to somehow get his right arm under the ball. And him and Cyril Bai's right knee do just enough to hold up Andrew Porter. But yeah, here we go. This is why Ireland are regarded as the best attacking team on the planet. Or they were in 2023. Are they at that level right now? Probably not quite at this level. I think this is the peak of Ireland as an attacking force. I think part of that is simply the fact they have Johnny Sexton in that 10 role, whereas now they're looking for someone to bridge the gap to be as good as Johnny Sexton. I think they can get there again, and they'll need to be close to it at the weekend. But check this out. Ireland were kind of innovators at this point, more than any other team in terms of attacking play. And one way we saw this was here with a set play from a goal line kickoff. They've just kicked it off. James Lowe gets it, and they know the move here is get the ball to Caelan Doris. He's waiting in midfield to collect the ball and carry it back into contact. And then the cohesion of this Irish team to go through a move, which is clearly straight off the training field. They know, clear out, clean ball. Finlay Beelam's waiting in the first receiver position. Ireland with that classic shape. Look at this point. You've got Conor Murray on a wraparound. Ireland do that a lot. You've got Rob Herring waiting, running a hard line outside him. Ireland do that a lot with Gary Ringrose running that outside line behind him. You've got James Ryan just at the edge of the picture running another hard line. So you've got a classic Ireland shape, and then they give you something that we've not seen before. Dummy the wraparound, take the French guard out of position, Paul Willemser on that occasion, and Hugo Keenan straight through the hole for an absolutely amazing try.
Picture perfect from Ireland, that. Players in total unison. So good.
Finlay Beelam, take a bow. Absolutely, so many wraparound plays from Ireland, showing the defence one way. Look where Hugo Keenan comes from. Uno Antonio is going to be. He is not shown it.
Absolutely class. I love it. Just the accuracy of Ireland's attack in 2023 was on another level. It's no wonder they won a Grand Slam. France were keeping in touch on goal kicks, really, at this point. 7-6. But what you're about to watch now is a 2-minute passage of rugby, which involves 6 kicks, which some people would describe that as kick tennis. But what is amazing about this, and those 6 kicks don't include the kick-off, by the way. What's amazing about this is I've talked quite a lot on the channel recently about kicking and how it gets a bad rap. And the analogy that I use is kicking is just moving the pieces on the chessboard into a position that you want them so that you can strike. And that's exactly what we see here. Both teams have got the ability to kick long. Antoine Dupont and Roman and Tamak have got really long boots. Ramos as well. Ireland have got Prendergast and James Lowe that can do the same thing. And on this occasion, Sexton. And there's a fair bit of kicking. None of it goes to touch. And that's going to be an interesting thing for me. France's line-out seems to be significantly better than... France's line-out seems to be significantly better than Ireland's. Will that mean France want to put the ball out to touch a little bit more? But just... the willingness of France to have a go and try and find a little crack and a little edge, even in their own territory, is amazing. And if they have a go and it doesn't work out, fine. We'll regroup and we'll kick for some territory again, which is exactly what France do again here. This time it's not Dupont, it's Ntamak, who's kicking long. Ireland are sat with men in the backfield waiting for it. Gary Ringrose with the up and under. Keenan so good in the air and contests. France managed to get it back, and again, are trying to find a bit of space, willing to play in their own 22, offloading so casually. And if it doesn't work, they go back to the kick. And here's the moment. Actually, a really nice kick from Hansen. So calmly taken by Ntamak, who doesn't give a good pass. Look at this little tap on from Ramos, how calm they are with the ball. And then Penaud. When that guy gets a sniff. Wait for this, offload from Gelonch. And Penaud doing Penaud things. Absolutely unreal. And that's what France can do. I just love how cool Ntamak and Ramos are. Oh, it's just unreal rugby. Absolutely incredible. Penaud, I mean, that's why, as much as he was dropped after the England game, you can't leave Penaud out. I'll tell you what, actually, before I get into this little sequence, one area Ireland actually win this game when you look back on it, and I'm sure it will be on Fabien Galtier's radar, is restarts. So France score, and then they don't take care of business. But the entire game, you see Ireland varying their kickoffs. There was a short one in the middle. They've gone deep to the right. But on every single occasion, Ireland managed to put France under massive pressure, and France do not exit cleanly. And they call it the third set piece. France have got an edge in the line out, statistically speaking, in this Six Nations Championship. I expect the scrum to be fairly even, so the restart could be a massive area, and it was poor for France in this game, and they need to be better. And France have just scored. Don't exit. And then Ireland do Ireland things. This is all of the shapes. Out the back, space on the edge, and James Lowe with a world-class finish. I mean, it had to be checked, understandably, but as far as I'm concerned, that just gave us even more opportunity to have a look at what an incredible finish that was. That James Lowe v Damien Penaud matchup is going to be dynamite, assuming they're both playing. So good. So good. Try scored. And France got themselves ahead, despite absorbing all that pressure, but Ireland went straight back. And this is only 23 minutes in, and it felt like a blink of an eye. So, again, lots of kicking, but the ball not going into touch. So lots and lots of ball in play time. And Antoine Dupont, I mean, the guy's a freak. He was running down a blind alley there. Probably should have been clobbered. Just unreal. As it is, I think Aldrich goes and spills the ball, gives the ball to Ireland, and that just invites pressure, and Ireland are away again. And at this point, I mean, Ireland probably should have had that try from Andrew Porter earlier. They've been under so much pressure. You sort of feel like Ireland could break France soon, and then...
O'Mahony. It was Hansen going again, and this is Lowe waiting again.
Oh, it's just so good to watch. Sorry, I'm suddenly realised I'm just watching. I'm not really... It's not like I'm doing a video. I'm back watching the game again.
He's letting it happen. Antonio on Herring, who's very slow to his feet. That will be checked in the background by Brendan Pickrell, the television match official.
Sexton, who knew he had a turn of gas. Ramos tackles him, and Ireland are there again, and the killer blow is just right there waiting.
Penalty coming. Ireland want so much more, but it's stolen.
It's a penalty, and they go back here, don't they, and look at... Is this where they go back and look at Antonio's tackle on Herring? Yeah. Which was judged too high. Worthy of a yellow card. I mean, massive shot, but yeah. Yellow card in today's game. And Ireland could have taken 3, but smelt blood and realised this was their moment. And I do like this about this Irish team. They feel the game very well, and they're willing to roll the dice and back themselves. And they take the chance. Andrew Porter, hands on the ball. And he's not going to make the mistake this time. Try time.
They've got it! There's the third score. It's big hugs for Porter.
France with a good attacking platform here. And again, I love this about the Irish team. They are willing to have a go when the space is on. Turnover ball is deadly for both of these teams. And this makes it really fun to watch. And Mac Hansen manages to get dead ball there. And Ireland go. They drop the hammer and go from inside their own 22. And they're away. And they go from in their own 22 to in the opposition 22 in a matter of a few seconds. And you can imagine how much the lungs are burning on these players. And yeah, this is the moment where you thought France are they're like a heavyweight boxer, and they are on the ropes. And Ireland spend basically the next 10 minutes trying to deliver that knockout blow. The French, to keep the boxer analogy going, if France were a boxer, their trainer would have been stood with the towel in hand, ready to chuck it in, just seeing if their guy could stay alive in the fight. And my goodness me, the defence from France is immense. I think I'm right in saying there was... Am I right in saying, it's just suddenly popped into my head, I was about to say that the Irish handling is amazing. I think it was 0 handling errors from Ireland in this first half. I don't think I've seen one, but just... Yeah, the Irish attack is incredible. I mean, a little neck roll at the breakdown gets France out of jail. There you go. There's one opportunity gone for Ireland.
Relentless first half. So much to enthuse about. And to
maybe France should have played the clock and the territory a little bit more, being a man down, but they're willing to go for it. Didn't turn out to be a good call as it happened. And again, Ireland are back in the 22, and you think this is over. This is it. Game done. Unbelievable. That was nearly a handling error from Ireland, but they still managed to not mess that one up. And eventually, well, I don't know if you count that as a handling error. Possibly. Pass straight into touch. But just have a look at that again. Have a look when after Hansen throws the ball into touch. This picture sums up the game, right? When Hansen throws this ball into touch, watch the men in blue. Just watch them. This sums up this game so perfectly. Watch the French players. Hands on knees, hands on knees. Drop to your back, man down. The physical toll this must have taken, and that is superhuman. Defies logic. Absolutely unreal. And at this point, you're like, I don't know how France haven't conceded another score. Ireland again. Go for it. Go for the jugular. Have their opportunity. They've already missed that one try with Andrew Porter being held up earlier. I think it's Conor Murray, isn't it? I think Ireland might have a penalty advantage. Again, no handling error there, and the ball got spilled. Tyg Burn, incredible pickup. Wow, I would love to have been at this game. The noise. Yeah, penalty advantage there. And I'm pretty sure it's Conor Murray. Has a little snipe himself. Thinks he's in. His moment. Drops it over the line.
That's a big decision here for Conor Murray going in. Conor Murray's had a brilliant game today. Everything that's going on at home, and obviously,
oh, it's actually in a way it was almost Finlay Bealham coming in to try and push him over as he was putting the ball down. And Ireland settled for a penalty, and it was 22-16. It was breathless, brutal, incredible skill levels, fierce, amazing attack, staunch defence, and frankly, as I said at the time, the best half of rugby I had ever seen. I hope this weekend just even a fraction lives up to that game, and then we are in for a treat. Yeah, more videos coming on the channel ahead of and during this weekend, so hit subscribe. Tell me what your memories and thoughts were in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one.